Darish Zone back at it again. I mean, he says this is going to be one of his last 64 gigabytes for a while. I mean, that's good for all of you, so you don't have to, keep getting newer versions. But this is great. It has over 15,000 games, over 30 systems, including Daphne. No Dreamcast, but it has, some Nintendo 64, some of the classic consoles. But a really nice Amiga CD, AMSTRAD CPC, ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64. It has some of the classic consoles, and then still has Nintendo and Super Nintendo, hack games as well. It doesn't necessarily have all the ROM sets, but it has a lot of them, and it has all the artwork updated. It's looking great. It has some background music, has some pre-installed scripts. It's a recent version of RetroPie. So for all those reasons, you should, have a deeper look on this one. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, we got the background music stopped for this video. I mean, sounds like we got some remixes of some classic Mario and probably some other retro games on there as well. So here we have Darish Zone calling it, I think he's calling it his Infinity image. This is the 64 gigabyte. There's news that there should be a 128 version of this coming out soon. Has Easy Hacks Toolkit. We can see it here. It should be all up to date, ready to go. Has a lot of, from my understanding, Amiga stuff on here. Not only that, but a lot of 4.4.2, so recent version. So it's going to have Amiga. It's going to have a ton of stuff. It has over 15,000 games, over 30 systems. Everything is fast loading, no disk swapping on some of those disk games. A ton of Commodore 64, over 3,000. So those of you that like the old school. And then box art has gone through, and video snaps have been gone through. So, back in the day, people just slapped these things together and we're done. There was a few of those people that were deep in the industry, or not in the industry, but deep in the game, and like they had their own little images that, they themselves were kind of, in their wherever, in their attic, in their basement, wherever they were doing this stuff, and were, going through and building these perfect images where all the titles were correct, the JPEGs were right, you had all the box art, things like that. So all games, 15,306, and it's very rare I see a perfect image. So by all means, I don't necessarily think it's going to be perfect, but I think you're going to see some things on this version that you didn't see before, and little things that most people might miss, but the people who really like those perfect images would definitely notice. So SNES Classic, you have the Commodore 64 Mini. So there's a couple of collections here of minis. Ports, we got Cave Story, Doom 1, Doom 2, Final Doom, Doom Platonia, and Doom Evolution. So if you like Dooms, nice stuff here. So this theme is kind of if I remember right, this theme is GamePie theme, okay? Which is somewhat customized, I believe, but it's very much similar to the original. Now, MAME, 1,400 MAME games. A lot of people say, what images have good arcade sets? And the thing is, most of these newer images have some great arcade sets. Because people are going through making them look good. So arcade is where you'll see like the box art and the JPEG art, maybe not so well, a lot of mismatches. But as you can see, as we scroll through here, great box art, good pictures, have all the logos correct. It's looking really good. So where should we start here? We need to start somewhere. So let's start at ports. We went over that 6 Doom games. PlayStation, 33 games. So pretty impressive to get that many games on a 64 gigabyte. And I believe there's video snaps. There you go. Boom. So you got your video snaps. Tomb Raider should have a video snap. Oh, God. The memories. The memories of this game. Wipeout and Wipeout XL. And this is really cool. Often with the PlayStation, especially, people just have the disc art or the CD case art. Cool to see that all looking good. Sega Genesis 32X, 35, pretty standard stuff, but as you see, box art, JPEG, video. Sega CD 4, Final Fight, Robo, Snatcher, and Sonic CD. Looking good. SG 1081, Super Nintendo 1025. There's a little folder here at the top that says hacks. You click into there and you got your hacks. You can go back. You can go back in. Pong. I kind of want to play that game. All right, we'll check that out later. Super Nintendo, Sharp 6800, 94 games, ZX Sinclair. So, you know, there's 15,000 games on here, but there's certain systems like this where the games don't take up much space, but you still got them. But the Amiga CD does take up a lot of space, so 32 games there. Alien Breed is awesome. There's actually quite a few games here, and this system gets overlooked a lot because they're CD based and the emulator's a little more finicky to get working properly, but he's definitely made it you know, as easy as it gets on these games. We can try out some Amiga later. Nintendo NES Classic Edition. So it's just going to be the games that came on that 2016 version. CD-ROM, I think this is PC Engine CD-ROM. Yeah, PC Engine CD-ROM. Super Famicom 139, SNES Classic Edition, Super Graphics 5, Commodore 64 Mini 76, all games. Okay, we still got to go more. Amiga 1050, AMSTRAD CPC 314 games. Look at all that box art. This is something where the box art, you know, is lacking a lot of times, but it's all there. Arcade 1500 games. Very nice stuff. If we go through there's Atari 2600, 446, 7000, 77, Atari Lynx 86, Commodore 64, 3261. Again, a lot of artwork. Coleco Vision 140. Cool. Daphne. So nice to see a lot of people. So just 3 games. But a lot of people ask me, you know, which images have Daphne, because some images, you know, they do take up quite a little bit of space. So, but they're here. Dreamcast, Rycast is installed, but no Dreamcast games. This is 64 gigabyte. I bet you on the 128, if you guys want those Dreamcasts, you want to go with that. With SD cards, the pricing that they're at right now, you know, it's really cheap to get a 128. One family computer game, Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, Game Gear's 385, Game Boy Advance 180, Game Boy Color 147, and Television 121, and then MAME Core 1456, Sega Master System 304, Mega Drive 919, and then you also have the hacks and unlicensed folder up there. So some fun games to play in here. And then you have your regular games. MSX 579, Nintendo 64 just for Doom, Mario Kart, Super Mario, Wipeout. NEO-GEO 147, Nintendo. As you can see, almost 1,400, because if you go into this hacked folder here, I'm sure you're just going to see, like, dang. Actually, there's not that many. But there's a lot in there. 1376. NEO-GEO Pocket Color 23. PC Engine 216. Ports. So let's play a few games here. Let's do some... I play a lot of these games a lot, and I like all of them. I don't think I've played much Thunder Force. It's cool that this doesn't have a loading, like a CD loading sign, because a lot of games for PlayStation is just a little CD loading sign. Whoa. Whoa. What's going on? What are my moves here? Okay, I got boost. Ooh. Whoa. Oh. Whoa, what is that? This is like Star Fox meets Einhander. Einhander. Jeez. Do I have a special here? Ooh. Not. Oh, he's right there. Whoa, this guy. He's probably going to attack me again here. Oh, maybe not through the lasers. I don't know. Am I underwater right now? Am I in the abyss? I think we're underwater. Right? Is that the water line? Yeah, these are fish. To play Pong and see what the Pong is like. That could be fun. Little like table hockey type game. Oh, can you go through? Oh, that's cool. I didn't. Could you do that in the original Pong? Could you go from top to bottom, or did you have to go like left and right? Huh. Where is my Amiga? All right, chipset. Let's go to AGA. Let's go ahead and quit. All right, let's try a game. Oh, there we go. Okay, got my. Oh boy, there's my gear. Oh, yes. All right, change my gears. But I mean, it's beautiful. Really, the highlights here are when you go into the systems. You got all your box art. You got video snaps. You've got all sorts of fun stuff in this one. You have loading screens. You name it. Yada yada yada. The Amiga, the AMSTRAD CPC, the ZX Spectrum, and those systems where don't usually get a lot of love are getting a lot of love here. He also has some Amiga only images out there as well, so it's good to get some sort of love for those systems as well. But you still have Daphne, which you don't see all the time. You have a large arcade set, and then you have all the hacks and unlicensed game for some of those classic consoles as well. So with all that said, got to give this one an A. Really good. Raspberry Pi 3 or 3B plus. So whichever one you're on, it's looking good, it's running good. So let me know what you guys think. That's what I think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.